Hello Cancer and welcome to Soul Sundays. Cancer, it's a quick 3-card spread today, one for mind, body and soul for your week ahead. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me clear and accurate reading for the sign of Cancer. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Spirit, can I please have 3 cards, one for mind, body and soul for the week ahead, starting with the mind. It's funny, I was feeling the spiritual vibe. High Priestess, intuition. So we've just had full moon in the sign of Libra. The energy has been Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. It's been very illusionary. There's been a lot of deception, people not being honest, people not being able to communicate, and not because they're being deceptive, because they just can't communicate correctly. You'll find a lot of readers on YouTube, a lot of the ones that I've watched, they've gotten tongue-tied or they haven't been able to deliver messages similar to myself. The really good ones are the ones that get caught up because we're so in tune to the energy that we literally can't get the messages out to you. So it's always interesting to note that. I have a bit of a giggle myself when I go through when, you know, I've tried to get videos uploaded for you guys for days and I've had issues upon issues. So you just tend to go with it. But for you, Cancer, this energy, you felt it, right? You felt it in all aspects of you. You know change is coming. That's why you need to trust your intuition. And I feel like it's coming in many forms. It's coming in your relationship. Some of you are going to leave relationships, and those that have been single for a little while, you're going to enter new relationships. It's coming in the way that you earn and make money, and it's also coming in your family life. Big, big shifts coming. Yeah. Beautiful. How do you handle such intense energy? Well, through laughter, of course. Okay. The energy's been so intense for me lately. My Friday night Netflix and chill has actually been watching stand-up comedy. So I would advise you to do the same. Whatever you can that gives you that really good belly laugh, tears of laughter, you know, wholesome stuff. Doesn't need to involve alcohol or anything like that. That's going to help you balance this energy as you go through. And then you've drawn the card for your spirituality as repetition, so aligning to the moon cycles, new moon, full moon. What's interesting and what I see here, and what I was telling you about the changes, right? You're going through this massive change and cycle, and by the time you hit the new moon, this new moon that's coming up, I think it's on the 4th or the 5th next month, in Aries season, you're going to go through a cycle and you will start to see that things will shift, and it will feel as if you're going through a cycle, the rug's literally being pulled out from underneath you and you have no control. It's quite the opposite though. Spirit wants me to tell you that you do have control. It's been something you've been asking for, whether you've been conscious of it or not. Have a look at these cards for me and see if you can see what I see. Look at how similar they are, right? She's talking about this wheel of energy, this intuition, this feeling that you get in your gut, okay? For those that suffer from anxiety and depression, it's similar to that feeling, but it's more of a knowing. It's that deep feeling. Like, you know how you get a feeling when someone's talking about you, or you get that sickly feeling when you've done something wrong? That's the feeling, okay? It's like very, very clear. You have that very, very clear feeling that things are about to change. And I feel like for a lot of you, you don't feel like you're ready. You have that feeling like, I'm not quite ready, right? But do you see this woman here in this page? This is your soul message for this week. She's literally going through a phase of rebirth. You can see the separation of her soul from her physical body, as one part of her is dying with the cycles and another's coming into whole. Now for the gentleman watching, don't worry about the fact that I'm talking about her or gender. This applies to you too, okay? Deep, deep within your psyche, within your gut, within your soul, you know you're going through transformation. This is a positive thing. You are going to leave some things behind. You're going to leave some people, some friends. You're going to leave some partners for some of you. Some of you are in marriages that will break down. I can tell you that's coming. You already know that's true if you're watching this. You get the feeling in your gut, just like I said then. You know it's coming, right? For others of you, you're leaving a way of thinking, a pattern of thinking and behavior that no longer serves you anymore. It's time to break free, okay? That entrapment that you put yourself in that mindset, in that body, it's going to come through. And if you're not ready for it, the universe is going to make it happen for you. Deep, right? All right. So let me read you the message from this card because it'll back up what I'm telling you, what I'm feeling coming through. The High Priestess is the most spiritual card you can get in the entire deck, right? She comes second only to the Magician and the Fool. She is all-seeing, all-knowing, and for those that are wanting to date a high priestess, this is definitely someone that's spiritual in nature. She could be coming in your path to wake you up. Maybe you're not meant to date this person, maybe they're just meant to be someone that guides you along to the next stage of yourself. Does represent the sign of Taurus. Sometimes readers read this as Pisces. But I feel like this is more your energy. You are a very spiritual sign, okay? You're a water sign, you feel emotions, you feel empathy. And sometimes that holds you back because you feel so much and you don't know how to ground your energy. So a big piece of advice here, if you can get out in nature, take your socks off, put your feet in the ground. Grass is great, sand's even better. You can get in the ocean, you're like, hallelujah, okay? Let me read for you the card. Intuition. Deep within, a sacred place awaits your recognition. Shift your awareness inward and feel the wisdom of your heart. The High Priestess knows you are ready to explore your inner realms. You are being asked to look beyond the obvious and superficial and into the heart of a matter. You are vast, full of potential and unlimited possibilities. Trust your intuition, your inner voice and your instincts as you learn to meditate and stretch your psychic muscles. This may also be a time for stillness. Quiet your mind so you can hear the wise counsel of your inner voice. That's this thing here, right, that I was talking about. There are unforeseen forces at work, orchestrating the whole universe to bring intense and beautiful experiences in your life. What was I saying, right? This is where your mind's at right now. So there's two things here. One about trusting the messages that you're getting, okay? If you don't know how to do that, journal, write them down, whatever comes in. Please don't put them in your phone. I said this to another sign, I can't remember which sign. It's not the same. I want you to physically write them out because it takes them out of your brain, it closes that loop, and by getting it down on paper, it allows you to go back and reflect, okay? Sometimes things will come out in free-form writing as opposed to typing it on your phone. Very different. What's interesting though is that for others of you, this is not about purging and getting it out of your system. It's about coming to a place of stillness and actually trying to tap into that intuition, okay? So there's two groups of Cancers here. Ones that are a little bit more spiritually evolved and awake, and others that need to kind of get to that place. The ones that are more spiritually evolved and awake, you already have a spiritual practice in place, you already meditate, you're already doing those kind of things. Those that aren't, this is your invitation to start meditating or finding a way to tap into what's intrinsically in your core, okay? Because that's where you'll find all the answers, because change is coming, Cancer. Laughter is the best medicine. Look at how beautiful this card is, right? You know that big belly laugh that you get when you find something hysterically funny and then you're laughing with a friend and you can't stop laughing and then you're like, why are we still laughing at this? That's what you need right now, okay? That's the way that you balance this deep, deep energy. This is the yin and the yang. So finding someone that always makes you laugh, whether it's at silly things, it's really important, okay? Watch a funny movie, you know, go see live comedy if you can, you know, try and do like something silly like, you know, hang out with a mate and do the floor is lava or whatever you can do that's going to give you that kind of belly laugh. And you know the human that you have that connection with that you can kind of reach upon, all right? This is different. I'm not talking about spending time with your pet, okay? In order to balance this, you need human connection, someone that's actually going to come in and give you that kind of laughter or share that laughter with you. That's what will help you balance all of this stuff that you're going through this week, Cancer, okay? It's going to help you release worry and stress that you have about all the situations. And don't we know, Cancers, my beautiful Cancers, you are the worry warts of the zodiac, and often without good reason, okay? Repetition. This is your soul message. A sense that this history is somehow repeating, a chance to do things differently and perhaps secure a better outcome. To work with or break a cycle, you need to recognize it. Release stress, tension or anger before it builds into a storm. And so Cancer, that's one of the big things about you is because you are so nurturing and loving, often you tend to not speak your truth until it gets to breaking point, right? You tend to hold it because, you know, you want to make sure that everyone's comfortable, but then you don't actually get yourself heard. And then when you do get finally just a chance to speak it, it comes out as an emotional garbled mess and everyone's like going, oh, what? Where did that come from? So my advice to you is if something's upsetting you and you're not okay with it, voice your opinion, right? You are allowed to say that. You're allowed to be heard. Not only allowed to, it's really important for your mental health. It may be necessary to walk away from a challenging personality. That could be for some of you that are in relationships that just aren't working. Difficulty breaking a habit or a pattern of thinking. Establish a positive routine. So that's for the rest of you that I said, that other half of you that don't have a spiritual practice, that aren't meditating, that don't have a routine yet. This is the way that you break that repetitive cycle, okay? This is how you get out of the depths of your psyche, of anxiety or depression, of that feeling, and how you snap out of it and rise above. And that's by establishing a positive routine. It starts in the morning, trying to get up earlier, or what you do in the morning. There is this great research that's done that when we meditate for the first 8 minutes of when we open our eyes, we have the best chance of setting up our day. There's scientific evidence around this. It's the theta brainwaves that come through, right? It sets up your mindset for the rest of the day. I know myself, when I don't do this, or when I don't give gratitude, that my whole day will be wishy-washy, right? And it sounds silly to begin with. I know I didn't get it to begin with either, but that's the best place to start. If you don't have a meditation practice, then my advice to you is, in the first thing in the morning when you open your eyes, just give thanks for 3 things that make you happy, that you're grateful for, okay? It could be as simple as the coffee I'm about to drink, the bed that I sleep in, my parents, my family, and then it'll get more and more detailed. But if you can start there, I feel like you'll be able to handle this big change that's coming through. All right, Cancer, that was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. I wish you much love and light. Take care.